Hello everyone who's ever wanted to build an entire world all by yourself or with your friends. I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. And we're talking about the custom campaign. It has been an absolute donkey's age since we've had an actual main video about the custom campaign that myself and the community has been working on. It's, on the whole, I'd say it's been going pretty well. This is a progress update. I should have said progress update before saying how it's going. So, there's a few things that I just want people to be aware of, because I know not everyone follows the live streams, and the live streams have been pretty much dedicated to building the custom campaign, and just learning how to do that, because, like, this might shock you, but there's not a hell of a lot of information out there, and the people who have figured it out are not always easy to get a hold of. And also because I'm stupid and I keep forgetting to ask for help when I really need it. So, first things first, firstly, let's introduce you to this little fella. This is one of the Hawa Confederation vehicles that I have. The first faction, the equivalent to the Deepwater Guard. It is the Fireweed. And it's by I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. But anyway, this little guy is just patrolling on screen to kind of represent how far we've come. Because we've learned a lot, we have faced many challenges, and we've overcome basically all of them. And honestly, there's a lot of things I've learned about making a custom campaign From the Depths, and the short answer is don't. It's a rough time. That I'm kind of joking. You can. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is that the campaign is no longer going to be called Canoemageddon, and the simple reason for that is that no one's making canoes for it. Like, people read the name Canoemageddon and were like, okay, and then they no friggin' canoes at all. Like, I think I was the only. I think me and one other person making submissions made like any canoes whatsoever, and like none of my designs are getting in really. So because now they look out of place, so that's fine. Like, the end of the day, I am willing to adapt to what people build and what people want to see, and like honestly, like, I don't know. I have ideas in my head. Once this campaign is done, whenever that is. Jeez, don't hold your breath. I'll make Canoemageddon just on my own. And yeah, that'll be a real brutal undertaking, perhaps. And that'll probably be just in the background for giggles. But yeah, so it is, like, named after the name of the planet that we came up with. So we go in here. The name is Plutono, because I guess deep down we all really want to believe that Pluto is a real planet. It's not set on Pluto, that would be weird. So yeah, that's the biggest change. It's no longer all about the canoes. If it ever was, I'm not even sure. But we have accomplished a lot. So one of the things we've accomplished is we have made a map. So I did pretty much all of this. It is being worked on by another person now. More on that later. This is the Plutono map. The player's starting position is down here. And I've even, you can see I've had some very, I've had some fun names here. The nondescript sea. I forgot I did this, actually. Badger and Fox. So that's just, South Water Wall. Yeah, so yeah, there's been project. This has been an ongoing project, and we've accomplished something. We've learned how to use the map editor. So, the map editor, I have to say, was both easier and harder than I thought to learn. The actual terrain of the thing, the terrain make and all that, it's clunky. It's clunky, but you mess around with it, you'll learn it. I'm actually going to hop into the map editor itself, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So, where is it? Planets. Let's go create. So you can see here that this is what the map editor looks like. I'm not actually going to mess with it because I don't want to. Like, all of this, the terrain, you just mess around with it, and eventually, like, you just kind of get the hang of it. The terrain is a little odd, and also the weather is kind of fudge. Jeez. Let's see. Let's go over here. We're over here. So the idea is that, I don't know why the weather suddenly went to pieces. That's weird. So, in particular, like, over here, where the Amphitaswa Alliance and the Glakave Dominion are, we are actually going to have to change this a little bit, is that, there's a lot of, like, very shallow oceans and, like, low-lying ground because they have, or at least I really want them to have a lot of amphibious units. So, yeah, like, if you bring ships over into this part of the map, well, you better brace yourself for running aground. So, because I really want to kind of troll people by kind of encouraging them to make amphibious units, because, like, in Neater and in Glau and in Ashes, like, there's not really much call for them usually, so there is that. Why is the weather so bad? Jeez. So yeah, like, it is very clunky, but it is manageable. Actually setting up the factions and loading vehicles into the game, that is an absolute, like, nightmare. So let's go factions here. I have experimented with loading things in here, and this is one of the reasons I have actually, unfortunately, had to pass off actually loading the vehicles into the game off to Henry Wong, who is one of, if not the main person organizing things on the custom campaign Discord server. We don't have our own Discord for this, but we do have a section of the custom campaign Discord, kind of our mini Discord, over there where we're discussing things and submitting things, and Henry Wong is running a very nice ship over there. And the problem with loading things in is that it's very clunky, it's very unintuitive. You basically have to... It's basically data entry, it's not exciting to watch, and it takes a while. And I just, I had a straight up, like, meltdown when I realized on stream how unintuitive it is, and how easy it is to make mistakes. In particular, if you do this, like, you pretty much have to... let's see, like, you pretty much have to... do this. And the annoying thing is like, why the hell would you ever want anything, like, aside from this? And you do have to, like, do something like that. And you need to browse here and pick the thing. And it's just, it's a whole thing. It's a whole problem. So, yeah. So that's why that's happening, because there's, like, it's going to be very slow. I am probably going to end up doing that, so... Henry Wong is basically going to get everything ready for a playable demo, so people can actually play test it, and we could all find out if there's, like, issues with the map layout or the factions or stuff like that. And so, yeah, there is that. And let's see here. Let's see here as well. There's areas, factions. Let's see, faction settings. Where is instance faction? Wow, I've actually filled out some of the lore here. Also, I need to change this, but I'm going to save map changes for when Henry Wong passes the map back. So, land, board sections. So, Amphitasma is too big. Henry Wong told me that. So, yeah, this is all kind of... thankfully, we do have, like, icons for things as well. It's really good. Me likey. And, yeah, there's just lots of, like, finicky details we need to do. Right, let's hop back into the designer, because I want to talk about designs and craft and stuff like that, because that's what people kind of... I have no idea why that part of the, like, map is terrible. I don't know. Probably because the designer has a separate weather system. But anyway, let's talk about designs. We have a bunch of designs. I did this in the most inefficient way possible, I am sorry to say. Let's load in a fun thing to sit on. Let's load in the kick wheel. The kick wheel is fun. The kick wheel, actually, I've been made aware that the kick wheel has actually been updated. It's a bit more round now, and we need to remember to, like, supply the updated versions of things. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, with the current state of the vehicles for the factions, we have a bunch, and I have a spreadsheet which for some reason I wasn't using. So, I'm just going to pull this thing over here. This is the spreadsheet, and yes, there will be a link in the description to this so you can see what's what. Where the hell... I tried to find the Drosera in the... Hold on. I'm going to do some live checking here. Where the hell was the Drosera? Where was it? So, our Confederation... Support draft. No. Where the hell did it go? Did I delete it? Like, it's really... If I did, I would be so... There. Oh, thank goodness. I was so scared. This is almost the mascot of the... Big bad center barrels. Oh, Draymond. This thing is almost the mascot of this campaign, almost. It's almost like the... It's kind of got a similar, like, place to the Marauder. In that, like, it doesn't actually work right now because I've messed around with the folders and stuff. But why are there two things there? Installations. Why is that godly? I don't even know. Let's go back to that. But yeah, so I've had to change a lot of things. I've had to mess around with designs a little bit. And I'm so glad I found the Drosera. I thought I'd lost you. I thought I lost you, baby. So as you can see in the spreadsheet, it's all set up. Hopefully how we want things. And there's gaps in it. So a lot of gaps have been filled. The Howell Confederation, for instance, there's 3 different battleships, including the Echium, which is more of a mecha than anything else, but fair enough. This is subject to change. Basically, battleship is essentially big ship, cruisers, less big, and all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, so if you want to submit something for a faction, please, 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 please look at this spreadsheet first and see where there's a gap and try and fill that gap. Don't make things all willy-nilly, because I'm probably going to reject it or even skip over it entirely. I am having to be fussy now about what gets in and what does not. So yeah, like as you can see, there's certain things we really want. Amphitasma, for instance, there's some room for hover tanks. They don't really have any at the moment. And hovercraft as well. The Walrus has a thing there, I guess. I remember the Walrus. Anyway, also things like cargo planes. Lots of fortresses. People have not been making fortresses or structures for the most part. And there's some exceptions and they're really good. But yeah, so more of that would be very nice if you want to make stuff for it. And in particular, what we really need, like what we desperately need, is HQ fortresses. So the Hawa Confederation has an unnamed HQ fortress right now, which is like, you know, I made that so far. I'm currently working on a Amphitasma HQ fortress. Like last stream, we made excellent progress because I literally just ripped pieces off other people's submissions for this and used them, thankfully approved ones, otherwise I'd feel very bad about this. So let's go... Fortresses... Wait, no, where is it? No, it's work in progress, right, so WIP Amphitasma HQ, here it is. And I need to switch to the correct fleet color, so you can see what we're talking about. Also, I have... oh, Deacon's Christmas. I need to change that. I need to change that really badly. Ugh, never mind. Oh, boy. So, need to change that in my copy, at the very least. So, anyway, so, that is something to note. There's 2 things that people, when they've been submitting their designs, well, 3 things, rather, that I really want people to bear in mind. Number 1 is paint your vehicle in fleet colors. The fleet colors are available on the actual, like, I guess master document, the guidelines for Canoemageddon. I'm just going to go... I'm just going to open that up right now, and I will also link to that later. So it looks like... Hold on. This is being done live. So this thing right here... Custom Campaign Plutono, this is updated, this is the document you should go look at, and I've managed to put the fleet color numbers in for the factions yet, except for the Stoneline Presence. Damn it, I really need to do that. It's also got a link to the spreadsheet as well, and also the spreadsheet has a link to that design document, so you can link back and forth. You only need one link really, because you can get to the other. So yeah, so that is the first thing is... fleet colors, do paint your thing in fleet colors, because I don't want to fix a whole bunch of craft which, like, you know, didn't pay attention, because I guess I didn't say that before. Some of the blame does fall on me, because First time making a whole project like this, I didn't know what to tell people and what not to. You know what they say about assumptions? They make an ass out of somebody. So yeah, fleet colors, resource levels as well. So with the patrol craft, for instance, if it's a combat vehicle, it should be a user, and it should keep full of materials. If it's a cargo craft, it should keep only a smidge of materials, and if it's a creator, it also should keep only a little bit of its materials. So there is that. I think, yeah, this guy would be a creator, and it would keep like 1% of what it's got. So you can adjust that with the E menu, the tactical menu, when you're building stuff, just so you know. And last but not least, it must work. I can't remember off the top of my head what people... Man, goodness, this thing looks very green now. I can't remember off the top of my head which designs it were, but there were designs that I was looking at on stream, and they were actually non-functional. So please don't do that. Please test your designs before you submit them. It's remarkable, actually, like how many people do not do that. Like, combat test them against the roughly equivalent Niter vehicle. So the factions, by the way, they roughly correspond to the increasing difficulty curve of Niter factions. So the Hawa Confederation is roughly on par with Deepwater Guard, Onyx Watch. Amphitaswa Alliance is kind of Onyx Watch, moving like, but also like White Flayers and Lightning Hoods in terms of difficulty. So Old Republic is like pretty much on par with the Steel Striders. The Steel Striders, Twin Guard, Glakave Dominion is kind of on par with the Grey Talons, and the Starlight Presence is like, should be on par with the Scarlet Dawn. So that's a rough guideline there. With what difficulty you want your craft to be set at. And do think of that, please. My goodness. Oh, I didn't even notice that things popped up there. That's groovy. But yeah, so make sure it works. Please, please, please. I don't want to fix, like, everything. I only have so much time and energy and willpower. And yeah, so that is just something you need to know. Progress report. We need to fill the gaps in this spreadsheet. Because there are a few gaps. There's some, like, you know, there's like the Hawa Confederation could use more helicopters. There's they still need a boss airship. That's something that people will probably enjoy making. Lots of fortresses. The Swell Republic, by the way, has a lot of gaps open still. They only have one submarine at the moment. That's a problem. There's also room for 2 satellites. There was one, but like, it was rendered non-functional somehow. I don't understand how. Lots of gaps for fortresses, lots of gaps for structures. And yeah, the Stolen Knight presence is kind of a neglected thing. So, yeah, they're aircraft, which are not like, you know, which are not just straight up like flying statue boss things. Thrustercraft tend to look like either birds or snakes, we've decided. And their naming scheme. I really need to update this to talk about the naming scheme as well. Elite Speak. There we go. I've updated it. I'll, like, by the time you're seeing this, I also will have filled this out with the fleet colors. With the proper fleet colors, I should say. So yeah, there is that. So yeah, progress report. Alright, so what are we going to do in the future? So if you want to... basically, I've already cleared pretty much everything that is suitable to go into the demo, apart from the HQ buildings we need. So if you have submitted anything since then, it's not going to go in yet, but it still might. So do please submit stuff if you want to. I can't guarantee it'll make it in, but I will at least try to look at everything. In the future, we also need to optimize everything because, of course, we need to playtest this thing. That's the important thing. It needs to be a good experience. It needs to be a fun campaign. Fun, above all else. Not challenging. The main goal is not to make it, like, super difficult, because it should be accessible for newer players as well as more advanced ones. And yeah, we need to add more lore and events. So we've already kind of made a start on that with fun things. Like these islands down here, the nondescript sea, badger, and a fox. I'm proud of this, actually. A badger and fox, a landmass named for a local folktale about a fox and a badger fighting. An aerial view shows that the land looks exactly like the two beasts. If you squint a lot, use your imagination and imbibe plenty of the local alcoholic beverages. Which one is the badger, which is the fox? I don't know. Probably this is the fox. So anyway, also, if I've forgotten something, because as it turns out, I have a terrible memory and I forget my own campaign notes, do remind me of what I've forgotten, for the love of everything. Apparently I need the help. And yeah, if you have suggestions for, like, things we could implement in this campaign, do share them. Like, we're not necessarily gonna do it, but at the very least, I would hear you out. So yeah, that's Plutono, the progress report as of June 2024. If you're watching this in the future, do leave a comment seeing how it turned out. Maybe maybe your comment will travel back in time, and I'll get to read it early. So yeah, let's switch back to the Confederation fleet colors, because that's fun. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your interest in this custom campaign. I've actually been pretty surprised by how keen people are on this. Like, people are super keen, and that helps keep me motivated about it, because, like, I've had multiple breakdowns on stream, live on the internet, with how challenging the actual map editor is. The devs aren't going to fix it, by the way. They've made that clear. So, by the way, if anyone has good Unity skills and wants to mod from the depths so the map editor is actually intuitive and, like, convenient to use, that would be super cool of you. Like, no pressure. I would do it myself, but I have no idea how. So yeah, there is that. So thank you all so much for watching and indulging me ramble on for 20 minutes about this super nerdy thing we're doing, let's be honest. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps. And there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters. Do check out my second channel, BorderRRR. It's where the non-From the Depths stuff lives these days. And I will see you next time in From the Depths for hopefully another campaign update soon-ish, hopefully. So, farewell!